evening and welcome. You're watching the news track. I'm Rahul Kamal. I hope all of you had an absolutely fabulous Diwali. It's clear as day though that the ban on firecrackers has failed miserably. This ban imposed by the Supreme Court was neither followed by citizens nor imposed by law enforcement. What then is the solution? Before the news wheel moves on and the next headline takes over, we must plan, prepare and strategize because there will be another year, another Diwali. Should the law be changed to ensure that green firecrackers are allowed, so at least you allow people to burst firecrackers but do it in as clean a fashion as possible? Or should law enforcement double down? If they didn't enforce the ban this year, can anything else be expected next year? And are some political parties to blame by actively encouraging citizens to go out and break the law? We look at all of that and more as we try and determine the best way to tackle the menace of pollution. And that's my focus on the first day of the new Samvat.
Cracker ban up in smoke. Delhi air quality worsens. Political blame game.
इनको बीजेपी से इसलिए परेशानी है कि बीजेपी संस्कृति को होने देना चाहती है, पर्व त्योहारों को होने देना चाहती है।
तीनों राज्यों में क्योंकि भाजपा चाहती थी पटाखे जले और तीनों राज्यों में पुलिस भाजपा के पास, परिणाम हमारे सामने है।
पटाखा वर्सेस पराली। What is choking the capital? That is a big focus on the news track.
There's supposed to be a complete ban on the sale and purchase of firecrackers. But if you celebrated Diwali in and around Delhi yesterday, you would have felt that there was no ban at all. The result, extremely poor air quality. The national capital region was shrouded in a thick layer of smog yet again. And while the Aam Aadmi Party blamed the BJP for encouraging people to burst crackers, the Saffron Party in 10 said it was parali burning in Punjab that was behind Delhi's dirty air.
A brazen defiance of the country's Supreme Court. Law enforcement falls short in enforcing the Diwali fireworks ban. Once again, the nation's capital transforms into a smog chamber. A brief break from suffocating pollution due to rain dissipates into thin air once more. The Delhi government pointed fingers at the BJP for the sudden surge, accusing the Saffron Party of endorsing firecracker celebrations while the city grapples with hazardous air quality.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले पर अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेता सवाल उठा रहे हैं तो ये तो कंटेम्प्ट ऑफ कोर्ट है। तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अगर आदेश की भी धज्जियां भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने उठाने की ठान ली है और लोगों की जिंदगी को संकट में डालने की ठान ली है तो फिर तो अब उसके आगे तो कोई सवाल नहीं बनता है।
The AAP's assertion sparked a political firestorm as a lineup of BJP leaders launched a coordinated offensive against the Aam Aadmi Party, alleging it to be anti-Hindu.
बीजेपी संस्कृति को होने देना चाहती है, पर्व त्योहारों को होने देना चाहती है। हमें दर्द है कि पटाखे नहीं बजाने को मिल रहे हैं दिल्ली में क्योंकि पोल्यूशन कारण है, मगर मैं सपोर्ट कर रहा हूं। लेकिन इनकी जो मनसा है वो तो ऐसी है कि दिवाली ही न मने लोगों की।
एक हफ्ते पहले जो पोल्यूशन के कारण थे उनके ऊपर आप काम नहीं कर रहे, लेकिन आप ठीकरा फोड़ना चाहते हैं बच्चों के पटाखों के ऊपर, हिंदुओं के त्योहार के ऊपर। साइंस की रिपोर्ट देखिए, आईआईटी की रिपोर्ट देखिए, पोल्यूशन के जिम्मेदार क्या हैं। और पराली जहां आपकी सरकार है वहां पर उसके ऊपर आपने कोई काम नहीं किया।
कितना आपके मन में जहर भरा हुआ है कि कोई समुदाय अगर अपना पर्व मनाता है तो उसी पर दोष डाल दो, दिवाली के ऊपर ही दोष डाल दो पूरे प्रदूषण का। और 15 दिन पहले क्या हो रहा था उसका कोई जवाब नहीं। अब 10 दिन बाद जो प्रदूषण होता रहेगा उसके लिए भी दिवाली जिम्मेदार है, उसके लिए भी फटाके जिम्मेदार है।
Meanwhile, Congress pointed out that the ban on fireworks was disregarded even in the VVIP zones of the city on Diwali night.
Even in Lutyens, Delhi, that is where the Supreme Court is, you had firecrackers going off till 2 a.m. in the morning. Every restriction was flouted with impunity.
Assam's chief minister endorsed fireworks as an integral part of the Diwali festivities. Beyond the political rhetoric, scientific evidence revealed how fireworks instantly escalated pollution levels in different parts of Delhi. A pressing question remains unanswered. How is it that law enforcement struggled to enforce a court-ordered ban, allowing these hazardous celebrations to persist? Bureau Report, India Today.
Netas are very cleverly trying to position this as a stubble farm issue versus a firecrackers issue. It's not. You need to tackle pollution at both ends of the problem. It's not an either or. However, it's very convenient for AAP to blame the BJP, for the BJP to blame the Aam Aadmi Party, and for the Congress to blame both. Unless we get an act in order, we would be in exactly the same situation next year. So what can be done between now and next year to ensure that pollution levels are actively brought down? Joining me to talk about this, I have former Director General of Police, Vikram Singh. We've got Jasmine Shah of the Aam Aadmi Party. We've got RP Singh of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Delhi. Mudit Agarwal joins us, spokesperson of the Congress. I want to go across to Vikram Singh first, and I have some data I want to read out to our viewers. We have been, with great difficulty, able to collect from most of the districts of the capital the number of challans that were issued against those who violated the firecracker norm. If you were anywhere in the national capital region, you'll know that the ban was flouted with impunity. People were flouting the ban and there was no police out there trying to enforce the ban. So here is the data that I've been able to put together. In the Northeast district, there have been 17 cases registered, not 17,000, just 17 in the entire district. In the South district of Delhi, only 2 cases have been registered. In the North district, 8 cases have been registered. In the East district, 29 cases have been registered. In the Rohini district, no case has been registered. No complaints, no case. A total of 188 cases were registered according to the Delhi Police Helpline. Now, Vikram Singh, this is just pathetic. There's a law by the local government, there's a ruling by the Supreme Court, and yet somehow the local police doesn't seem to think that law needs to be implemented. People are breaking the law, the police is looking away. What's going on, sir?
Absolutely. Good evening, Rahul and gentlemen. I'm extremely disappointed, to say the least. And as an average Indian citizen, my observations are like this. Too little has come too late. This drive to ban crackers should have started at least 72 hours in advance and banning all sale and purchase and stocking of crackers, especially the Chinese-made crackers. And
no, but why didn't the police do its job? Is their job? You're saying the most obvious and basic thing, sir?
No, may I tell you. There are 4 sections. You have given the statistics in respect of the challans, but the 4 sections that could have been invoked, 188 of the IPC for breach of 144 CRPC, Explosives Act, and the Police Act, these could have been invoked. And I dare say 151 CRPC too. I don't know if any case has been registered under these sections. And if not to answer your question, it is the complicity and the attempt to look the other way, Rahulji. It is not that. I have served in the police department to know that if I don't want the crackers to be used or burst, they will not jolly well be used or burst. It is only when I look the other way or I'm complicit with the cracker mafia or those who are trying to sell or perhaps trying to swim with the stream, swim with the tide, then it's a different story. But if the police had willed it, this would not have been.
Absolutely, because if the police had tried to do their job, the situation would not have been so bad.
Very different.
Justice Usha Mehra is a former judge of the High Court, joining us now on this broadcast. Justice Mehra, In October 2018, the Apex Court bans the production and sale of all firecrackers. On the 29th of October 21, this order is reiterated. In September 23, the Supreme Court junks a plea by Firecracker Manufacturers Association and says that you cannot sell firecrackers. This year again, some politicians like Manoj Tiwari go to the courts, their plea is junked. So basically, there was a very strong ban on the sale and purchase of firecrackers imposed by the Supreme Court. We saw yesterday that that wasn't followed. Who do you blame for it, ma'am?
I think entirely the police, because the implementation is with the state as well as with the police. That's what the Supreme Court has said right from the beginning in 2017, when the first judgment was announced, that is in Arjun Gopal case, and followed by the another 3 more cases. Supreme Court has continuously saying that the police and the magistrate of that area will implement and ensure that neither the unlicensed manufacturer will manufacture, nor restore, nor sell. But what we have seen yesterday, every colony in Delhi was having firecrackers till 2 or 3 p.m. night. Started from 10 p.m. It continued to, I think, 3 a.m. And police were there, but no challan done, no imposition of Supreme Court order done. So the implementation has not been done, though in spite of Supreme Court various directions, it has not been done. And I partly blame the education system also, because Supreme Court in the case of Arjun Gopal has categorically said that every school, every educational institution should cultivate and motivate the children not to use the firecracker. But if you had seen yesterday, children were having the firecrackers and the parents were encouraging it.
Jasmine
If
Shah,
we
this is a
can
very poor show.
eradicate
The
polio.
fact that you've got a rule which is imposed by the Delhi government, an order of the Supreme Court, why weren't your squads out and about in the streets trying to rein this in? One is, of course, the role of the Delhi police, but the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi has an apparatus of its own. What were you doing to try and ensure that the rule is not made a mockery of?
Rahul, there is a saying in English,
the,
what
Commissioner
talks
Police-
like a duck, what looks like a duck, what walks like a duck is a duck. So for the last 3 months, continuously it is only the AAP government in Delhi. Although the Supreme Court ban is valid on all the states of NCR, it is only the AAP government in Delhi that declared a ban on firecrackers and urged Delhi police, which by the way has the powers to challan individuals or do any kind of action. Now, you are seeing 24 hours before the entire firecracker ban, people like Kapil Mishra, senior leaders of BJP, and I'll read this tweet that he issued last night when the entire Delhi was jo goonj raha tha firecracker ka sound. Proud of you, Delhi. These are voices of resistance, voices of freedom and democracy. People are bravely defying the cracker ban. Happy Diwali. So, on one side, you have the BJP, which feels that Supreme Court is anti-Hindu. It feels that all the scientists of India are anti-Hindu. It feels that anybody who wants, or even the AAP government who really cares about the people's health is anti-Hindu. And even today, I challenge the Pravakta of BJP to say that no, Supreme Court's ban is right. People should not have burst crackers. Even today, he will defend it. So when you have the people in power, see, Delhi police, the police officers are doing their job. They will do what their political bosses want them to do. Political bosses are openly putting tweets out saying, "बहुत अच्छा किया, Supreme Court का ban आपने violate किया." Tell me which police officer will stick his neck out? Does he want to lose his job? Because Mr. R.P. Singh feels that cracker burst करना सबका अधिकार है, even though Supreme Court has banned it. That is the problem. The problem is political. It is not science. The scientists are unified. Even the AAP government has come out and said it. Haryana and UP governments has not even banned firecrackers. So
RP Singh,
who is the culprit
RP
here?
Singh,
It is
the big
dirty
problem here
and cheap
seems to
politics
be
of
that
BJP.
senior BJP leaders seem to be encouraging people to break the law. Now, if this wasn't the local law, if there wasn't an order of the Supreme Court, it would be a different thing. Then it's a matter of choice. At this moment, it's a matter of law, and your leaders are complicit in asking citizens to go out and break it. And actually, if that's what the netas say, the police people take their cue and then they don't go out and do challans, because if they do, they probably might get transferred.
Rahul, did you hear what Justice Usha Mehra said? Ma'am said that the state plus police. Do you know what is state plus police? Do you know what does the state mean? There are 11 DMs, 33 SGMs, 44 put together, 62 MLAs, 7 ministers. Where were they? Why were they not on road? Why were they not? And they all are above police. They can dictate police. They can ask police to do what they want to do. But Delhi government didn't take action. Delhi government was caught sleeping.
No, what do you have to say, RP Singh, about those BJP leaders who are encouraging citizens to go out and break the law? First, let's just stick to that. Do you think that what Kapil Mishra and the others did is wrong? You shouldn't be telling citizens to break the law?
Well, Kapil Mishra in his individual capacity can do whatever he wants to do, but the law enforcing agency is Delhi government. As I was saying, 44 Delhi government officers who are above Delhi police, who can order Delhi police whatever they want to order. Delhi police have to abide their order. Where were they? Tell me one picture of one police officer on road. None. Where are the 7 ministers? Where were they? Where was the chief minister? Why was chief minister not on the road himself? Because I'll tell you the reason now. Now, let me tell you the figure now. This year, average of 289 was the AQA level at the Anand bus depot. Now, last year it was 312. This year, year before that it was 382, and year before that it was 414. So this is the average, and that average has come down in spite of there was a ban or the people have violated the ban. Fact is, it's not only because of the crackers. This is a picture which I have of the farm fire, which is taken from the NASA. You can see this is Punjab, this is Haryana. Now they keep accusing Haryana. Till last year they used to accuse Punjab. Now they say no, it's Haryana and
no. So
Punjab,
let's not get into one second, RP Singh. I don't want to get into a tutu meme. No. I'll tell you why. Sir. I have done many shows personally on the issue of farm fires. We've dealt with farm fires very sternly on the news track. And that matter I want to park on the side, because that is a very important part of the problem. And I've dealt with Jasmine Shah, Gopal Rai and others in the AAP on the issue of farm fires. That's a problem that needs to be tackled. I'm on the issue currently of whether it makes sense to have a ban on firecrackers if the police doesn't want to enforce it. You've raised a question saying where was the chief minister, where were the ministers, where were the DMs, where was Jasmine Shah, why weren't you on the roads ordering the police around? He says you have the right to do so and telling them to get people to fall in line. कहाँ थे आप लोग, Jasmine Shah?
No, it is ridiculous, Rahul, and exactly as I said, that Mr. RP Singh still will not say that the BJP stands for what the Supreme Court has ordered. He is still defending that it is people's right to follow BJP's diktat over Supreme Court and burst.
He didn't say that. He said Kapil Mishra's was his own view.
And further,
no, not at all.
No, but let him put the BJP's view. Why don't you ask him what is BJP's view on firecracker? Ask a plain and simple question, Rahul. I will not speak until he answers. Do you support the ban on firecrackers?
Okay, RP Singh, does your party support the ban on firecrackers or not?
Yes, we support the ban on firecrackers, but do they support total abolition of... Give me a second now. I said yes. Did you hear? But are you for banning total stubble burning in Punjab or not? Because you used to chest stump that hum Delhi ke malik hai, hum karke dikhayenge, hame Punjab mein jitaiye. What is happening in Punjab today? Even today, as on date, I'm saying today, Monday, 2,914 fire farms, out of which 260 is Punjab. Only 47 in Haryana and UP. What are you talking about? Why? You are not looking into the real problem. Okay, let me put another problem. Where are the mechanical sweeping? Where are the buses in Delhi? Where is the last mile connectivity in Delhi? Average AQA level in city is above 200 throughout the year except the rain season, which is 4 times more than the hazardous level.
So you're saying that you do support the ban on firecrackers. You wanted the spokesperson of the BJP to give a categorical response. He's given you one. He says those who disagree with this view are saying so of their own volition. It's not the party line. Jasmine Shah.
No, so wonderful. I'm glad Mr. R.P. Singh has said that, and I hope that they will also take action on senior BJP leaders. This person, Kapil Mishra, is a vice president of BJP. The rank and file of BJP takes orders from these
R.P.
people.
Singh, let
Second,
Jasmine Shah speak,
he
please.
will also, I hope, will take action on Delhi police. Delhi police has 50,000. Delhi police has more than 50,000 people, Rahul. He is saying that 50,000 log Delhi police ke kuch na kare. 11 DMs of Delhi government should have gone across the entire Delhi and stopped the firecrackers. So, I mean, you know, these kind of excuses. He has today no answers for the fact that Haryana and UP government never put ban on the sale of firecrackers. They were selling
But you could have said an example. If the Delhi police wasn't doing its job, you could have set an example, Jasmine Shah, and said, okay, the police is not doing its job. We as the elected government will do what we can.
Rahul, the power to challan, the power to enforce law exists specifically with the Delhi police. So let's not do a show and a mockery of the fact that there is a law enforcement machinery. If the law enforcement machinery sits down, we will not ask question of Mr. Amit Shah and BJP. We will ask कि केजरीवाल ने क्या किया उस रात को? What kind of comedy show we are making of our entire state? You know, let's call spade a spade. The job of Delhi government was to ensure that it is heard loud and clear that crackers should be banned. We were the first state government to ban crackers. UP and Haryana till the last day did not even enforce, put a ban. And from the day of Diwali,
R.P. Singh sahab, aap batao, where was the Delhi police? R.P. Singh, where was the Delhi police? The primary job of law enforcement is that of the Delhi police. Where was the Delhi police?
I'm sorry, Rahul. Please ask Usha ma'am, she'll tell you that it is the SDM, DM who gets the order of the Supreme Court implemented through Delhi police. Did they took meetings before the Diwali? Did they took meetings 72 hours before the Diwali and asked and ordered all the Delhi SHOs to implement it? No.
The Delhi police को पता ही नहीं था कि क्या हो रहा है.
Okay, let me ask the justice that question. Justice, other faders go down. I don't want anyone speaking over the judge. Justice Usha Mehra, whose job is it to get the Delhi police to do their job? I mean, ideally they should do their job on their own because they know what their job is. But if they aren't doing their job, is it the DMs, the Delhi government, who's supposed to get the police to do his job? Justice Mehra.
The police is independent of everything. The Commissioner Police is empowered to get the order of the Supreme Court implemented without waiting for anybody else's order. In this case, the Commissioner Police, I read the other day, had issued a notification saying that in Delhi, I have put sufficient police officer on road to ensure the implementation of the Supreme Court order and stop the crackers. But having seen Delhi, there was no police officer in any of the colony who could prohibit the firecrackers being used by the public at large.
Vikram Singh, whose job is it to get the Delhi police to do his job? Ideally, they should do their job on their own. But if they don't, what do you make of this debate between the BJP and the AAP on who gets the police to do his job?
Rahul ji, please.
Then the ADM and DM will be responsible to ensure that the order of the Supreme Court is implemented.
Okay, that's an important point you make. If the police doesn't do its job on its own, you're saying the additional district magistrate and the district magistrate should get the police to do the job and the ADM and the DM report to the AAP government. Yes, Vikram Singh, I want your take on this.
Rahul ji, 3 quick points. Number 1, it is an autopilot mode. The police do not require any tutelage from anyone. Now, if anybody fails, what to talk about district magistrate? A chowki in charge, not even the SHO, was sufficient to ensure the faithful compliance of the solemn orders of the Supreme Court. It did not happen. Let him cast the first stone who has not sinned before. It is too basic a matter that the magistrate should have done it, the police. The fact of the matter is that there was no communication between the two. If the police were not doing the job, did any magistrate complain or send an RG or what is known as a radiogram, a wireless communication?
Did anybody do that? Jasmine Shah, both the former DGP and the High Court judge are saying that your ADMs and DMs could have asked the Delhi police to press into service like you would when there is a riot or when there's an emergency situation. Did you do any of that?
Rahul, the Delhi police works in a very different way
Nil.
as compared to a police in any regular state government. In a regular state government, it is the police that finally reports back to the
No.
elected state government. In Delhi,
He's lying,
there is
sir.
Once again, RP Singh,
absolutely
let him
no
speak. Let him
reporting
speak.
आप
line
झूठ
with
बोल
the
रहे हैं.
AAP government or the state government. Yes, there are acts when there are national disasters, there are riots. On those situations, there are certain provisions. But in the regular stream of responsibility, and especially on a matter where Supreme Court has categorically called Delhi police. In September, the Supreme Court called Delhi police and made sure that they are aware and that they will be up to the task of ensuring that the cracker ban is implemented. So therefore, the person who should be held accountable is the
Okay,
commissioner of
RP
police
Singh wants to come
the
in
political
and
bosses of the
respond to
commissioner
what
of police,
the
which is
Director
the
General of
BJP
Police
government in
and
the
the
center.
High Court Judge
Why
said.
is
RP
it
Singh.
that MHA never holds any responsibility for the failure of police?
RP Singh.
Did Mr. Amit Shah call? Did Mr. Amit Shah make calls to the commissioner of police and ask him to do his job?
Rahul, I have to a question asking question other way around. Did Arvind Kejriwal call for an emergency meeting and called the commissioner and all the ADMs and the SGMs and the DMs and said, please ensure that this is implemented? No, because they are not bothered. Let me tell you another figure. They collected assets of 1491 crore rupees and environment cess. They only spent 710 as per the court order for rapid rail transport. 781 crore is still lying unused. Can you imagine this? This government is sleeping. They are not bothered about Delhiites. They have made Delhi a gas chamber. They only do politics. They do only knee-jerk reactions. Odd even kar lo, car on off kar lo. That's all they do. But they are not talking about long-term permanent solution to this. And give me 3 minutes and I'll let you know. One is that more vehicles are required. There are only 7,000 buses. We need 15,000 buses as on date right now.
Okay.
We need last mile connectivity. There is zero last mile connectivity today in Delhi. There is no mechanical sweeping in Delhi. There is no tree plantation and there is no audit of tree plantation happening in Delhi.
Okay, I want to go across to Mudit Agarwal of the Congress party. We're seeing this very unsavory back and forth, both blaming the other, both pointing out what the other didn't do, rather than give an account of what they did to try and fix the problem. Mudit.
Well, they did nothing to try to fix the problems, or what else they want to say. It's all the question of managing public perception. See, Supreme Court has given a particular order, and you have to follow law of the land, and whatever Supreme Court says in the order has to be followed. Neither did Delhi police do anything about it, nor did our party government did anything about it. I tell you what, our party did not do it. See, BJP did not do it because they did not want to be seen to be anti-Hindu, although religion had nothing to do with it. I tell you what, our party did not do anything. For them, it's a battle of public perception. Till last year, it was always a problem of parali burning in Punjab. So Kejriwal had given a message that all pollution in Delhi is because of parali burning. Now, Mr. Kejriwal wants to give a message that all this pollution is basically because of Diwali and the crackers that are burning. So this is a perception battle which is happening. And why is it happening? Because we are ignoring the facts. This pollution kills us in summers, it kills us in winters. There are no cracker burning in summers, but still kills us. There is no parali in summers, it still kills us. Because we are not looking at what the facts are, we are unable to solve the problem. Vehicle pollution, 25%. What has Mr. Kejriwal done to improve traffic situation in Delhi? Metro phases are running late. The buses have not been increased. There's no water spraying. There are no smoke towers which are working. Green cover has hardly increased. Vehicle pollution, biomass burning, construction, dust, stubble burning. What has been done? I tell you what Mr. Kejriwal has done. If you remember, last year, there was an ad he gave in papers in which he said, I have decreased pollution of Delhi by 25%. Such a lie. Another one, what happened to that chemical decomposer on which Mr. Kejriwal spent 23 crores on ad, telling people a couple of years back that I've solved the problem of parali burning. There's a chemical which we can use and stubble burning would not be required then. You know how much he spent on ad on that? 23 crores. And how much was the chemical for? 2 lakhs. How much did he spend on spraying? 66 lakhs. So total amount spent on chemical and spraying was 68 lakhs and on ads were 23 crore. What happened to that chemical? Will somebody ask him?
So what happened to that chemical? We had so many stories, Jasmine Shah, about this decomposer. I remember interviewing Prakash Javadekar, who was the environment minister at that time, he said, "Ye buddu bana raha hai. This decomposer doesn't work." You won in Punjab. While farm fires have come down, my specific question is about that decomposer. What happened to that decomposer? How many people are using it? Does it work? Jasmine Shah.
It was spent on ads.
Jasmine.
Rahul, I'll come to the decomposer in just a moment, but let me underscore to your viewers that once again, even Congress is confusing the fact that there is no Delhi air pollution.
Don't talk about
There is
confusion.
a
Answer
North
the
India
question,
air
Mr.
pollution problem.
Answer
The entire
the
Delhi
question, Mr.
NCR.
Jasmine, please.
Please don't
Answer the
interrupt me.
question
I
of
did
chemical
not interrupt
Okay,
you.
decomposer.
Mudit, let him
Please
speak.
be civil.
Jasmine, what happened to the decomposer?
Please
How
be
many
civil and
acres
let me
of
answer.
land is that decomposer being used in Punjab?
I'll come to it. If I get 45 uninterrupted seconds, I will come to it. I am saying that let's not confuse North India. Every part of Delhi NCR, which is 55,000 square kilometers equally, Delhi is only 3% of the landmass of Delhi NCR. Of course, no question should be asked to Haryana CM, UP CM, or the Union Environment Ministers. All questions should be
I mean, we
asked
are
only
talking
to
about Delhi.
Arvind
Please
Kejriwal.
answer.
Be as it so, it has been admitted in the parliament that Delhi is the only city whose air pollution has reduced by 30%. We are not saying that, Rahul. It's been admitted by the union minister in the parliament that Delhi's air pollution has reduced by 30%. As far
Really,
as the
Rahul?
Pusa
You actually
biodecomposer
think
was
Delhi pollution?
concerned, we
You
were
are
the
letting
first
him get
ones
away with lies.
to ensure that all the farms of Delhi also has farms on the periphery, use Pusa practically zero. As far as Punjab is concerned, it has multiple soil types. There are certain soil types where this solution works. There are other soil types where other in situ and ex situ methods are being employed by Punjab. And as a result, Rahul, you are well aware that year on year, incidences of farm fires have actually reduced
No,
by
but you showed the
40% in Nepal
decomposer to be a
compared last
magic
year.
pill.
So let's
No,
not
one
sit
second.
here and
Mudit Agarwal's finger goes down.
Jasmine Shah,
But
this
Jasmine, when you were in
television.
opposition, you made it out as if that decomposer was some kind of a magic pill. You just spray the magic pill and then that's the end of the problem. That's what you said during the campaign trail in Punjab. I heard it very clearly myself. I was on the ground listening to your
And he
campaign.
also said that if we come in the government in Punjab, there'll be no parali burning.
Okay, let him
been 2
respond to
years
that.
now.
Jasmine
Absolutely,
Shah.
Rahul. The question is to me. Can I please speak,
Yeah, no,
Mr.
please
Agarwal?
answer.
Let
You are
Jasmine,
diverting
figures
us.
Rahul,
go
You're not
down.
even
Let
the
Jasmine
answering.
speak.
solution was the biodecomposer solution is the Pusa biodecomposer solution is still one of the most promising options available. But a state which is as large as Punjab, there is no one solution that is going to work. Yes, there are certain soil types for which the biodecomposer is being used in Punjab. We are not saying it is not being used. But for a state as vast and as diverse as Punjab, Sangrur has a different soil type. You go upper Punjab, you have different soil types. And therefore, we are installing biomass power plant. We are doing in situ. Happy seeders are being deployed. And that's the reason year on year, 40% reduction has happened. If today, I'm going by the Government of India data, even today, the contribution of farm fires or biomass burning is only 12% in Delhi NCR, only the stubble. When today, when you're talking about firecracker ban, यूपी हरियाणा नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग, दिल्ली पुलिस कुछ नहीं कर रही है, बीजेपी के नेता आके कह रहे हैं, they are admitting that please go ahead and burn firecrackers. Supreme Court का कोई
Dr. Gufran Beg, does it make sense to have a firecracker ban for next year? Given that the ban was violated with impunity this year, what is your recommendation for next year? Does it make, because otherwise the Supreme Court, the judges would be feeling so bad. They've given a strict order. Nobody seems to bother to follow it. Nobody seems to bother to implement it. Dr. Beg?
Yes.
Does it make sense to have a firecracker ban next year, or should we just do away with the ban because no one's going to follow it? What's the point of having a law no one follows?
In fact, it is a ban is not here for this year. It has been happening for many years. And the kind of SAFAR has done the sensitivity study where 50% of the crackers of last year, which is burned, and the PM 2.5 value was even more than that. That indicates that they were there. But the holistic picture, what I would like to tell you is, the moment we go comparing firecrackers versus stubble versus this, then the problem, get complicated and complicated. One need to understand science-wise that from 2nd to about 7th of November, it was a 25 to 45% of the contribution was there for the parali. Then all the accumulated pollution has washed away. It would have been wonderful had it been not an additional source of pollution. And then data shows that yesterday or day before yesterday, the the traffic on the roads of Delhi was huge. So it is not only the firecrackers, but then transport related emissions, choking of that roads, stagnation conditions, all those things are there. Let me tell you that yesterday and today, the winds coming from Punjab and Haryana was not favorable for intrusion. That's why it is about 10 to 12% on those. It has gone into that kind of thing. So the point here is that there should be an airshed approach where all the governments, not only Delhi, because there is a time when Delhi's contribution becomes less than 50%. There is a time when it becomes more than 80% also. So there is a point where all the airshed people, all the government should sit together. Well, I'm not using the word government, but all the people, Buddhijivis, they sit together.
No, but this is just an idealistic scenario which no one will follow. I mean, BJP leaders in the AAP can barely see eye to eye, so I don't see them sitting together wanting to work in the collective interest of citizens. They rather show how the others are failing. They'd much rather show how the others are failing. Justice Mehra, before I conclude, does it make sense to have a ban next year, or should the judges say, what's the point of having a ban nobody wants to follow, and do away with this ban? Maybe move towards allowing green firecrackers, so the focus then shifts on having the right kind of firecracker rather than a complete ban which nobody seems interested in following.
I think next year also Supreme Court will reiterate and give the guidelines further, unless implemented by the police and by the government. It is not going to serve any purpose. No judgment, no order of the Supreme Court will help the people at large who are suffering because of this dangerous gas which is produced by these crackers. So far, green crackers are concerned, nobody has tested whether it will serve any purpose or it will not serve any purpose. Supreme Court has made PS so responsible for it, but I have not seen anyone giving any report till date. So even next year, the guidelines are not going to serve any purpose unless the central government as well as the state government take a strict action and give power to the police to challan and arrest.
Vikram Singh, before we wrap up and before the attention shifts to the World Cup and then the elections and then Diwali is forgotten, firecrackers are forgotten, pollution is forgotten, the parali burning comes down, everybody moves on. Before that, does it make sense to have a ban on firecrackers, which is a complete ban, or does it make sense to pivot towards green firecrackers? Whether they're actually green, that question itself remains to be fully answered. Or do you think we should try once again to implement the law?
Rahulji, it is not a matter of choice. It is a compulsion that we have to respect and faithfully implement the orders passed by the Honorable Supreme Court. Now, after your program, we have honorable reps of major political parties. If there are consequences for the SDMs and delinquent police officials in the next 24 hours, I presume that we are not serious about implementing the rule of law. We are just hunting with the hound and running with the fox. We are just not serious about it. Living in the black hole or living in an absolutely suffocating atmosphere is something that is best avoided, and we do whatever we can to ensure that, yes, we have better air quality for our elderly, for our children, for our ladies, and for everybody living in the NCR.
Jasmine Shah, final words. Will it be as bad next year, or do you think things can be better? If they are to be better, what's required?
Firstly, we have to make sure he doesn't get away with murder.
For the last multiple years, we have been advocating for a 3-point action plan with the central government. Number one, this is an airshed problem. All the states of North India should have a regional committed action plan, a binding action plan. And if any states violates the plan, may put harsh penalties on the officers and the government. Number two, the union, because this is such a severe problem, it's a crisis situation. Either the Prime Minister should do a monthly or a bi-monthly meeting with all the CMs, or the Union Environment Minister should do such meeting. For the last 5 years, we have been advocating these two very commonsensical points, Rahul. The Union Environment Minister today, nobody even knows his name. He's missing in action. He's in Madhya Pradesh. The PM doesn't utter a word on the air pollution. And I think that is the most unfortunate part if you are one of the 70 crore citizens living in North India.
Sir, aap apna batao na, RP Singh sahab. Why don't you tell us what you are doing? We will question the AAP, we'll question the Chief Minister. Tell us what is your environment.
Okay, let me tell you what we are doing.
Yes. You have to stop thinking of this as a
let me tell
Delhi
you.
problem and start thinking
Eastern
of it as a
Western
North
corridor.
India problem.
सुन लीजिए सर
RP Singh.
सुनिए सर, दिल्ली को ईस्टर्न वेस्टर्न कॉरिडोर दिया सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने, दिल्ली को 700 इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स दी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने, दिल्ली में प्रगति मैदान से लेकर नोएडा तक के लिए एक अंडरपास दिया सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने, वसंत कुंज से लेकर गुड़गांव के लिए जो अंडरपास बन रहा है वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कर रहा है, द्वारका एक्सप्रेस हाईवे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कर रहा है. हम all what has to be done is being done by the central government. But problem is Mr. Kejriwal sleeps in slumber. He'll now get up, he'll do some knee-jerk reactions, he'll make some statement, and then again after another month he'll sleep. I'm again saying, get us another 7,000 buses in city,
Okay.
make Delhi
So I'm out
more
of time
easily
on this
accessible
show.
to buses.
You know, it's
let there be last mile connectivity.
It's very unfortunate that we saw this vicious blame game between our political parties rather than coming together and treating them, because remember, all our children and us suffer together. It's not as if RP Singh's children or family or Jasmine's family is breathing different air. They're all breathing the same air. Some may have better air purifiers than the others, but the moment you step out of your home and your office, you're breathing the same air. This is a collective problem. This is a North India problem. It's not a Delhi problem alone. And all of us live, breathe and die together. I think that somehow doesn't seem to be going through. And is there really logic in having a pervasive ban on firecrackers, or should we allow for green firecrackers, work towards ensuring that green firecrackers are genuinely green, so people don't feel that a rule is being foisted on them, a rule which they don't want to follow? Because ultimately, if the police tried and the citizens decided en masse that they wouldn't follow the rule, you have a real problem there. But the biggest problem is that the Delhi police did not follow the law. They didn't follow the law laid out by the Delhi government. They didn't follow the law laid out by the Supreme Court, and that is a real cop-out, because you can have a philosophical argument about whether there should be a ban or not, but till the time there is a ban, the Delhi police ought to do its job. And yesterday, by just the sheer number of challans that were issued, and I took you through those, in one district 2, in some district 8, the maximum in East Delhi just 29 violations at a time when there was mass violation taking place. A very, very poor show by the law enforcement agency. We'll track this story carefully. We won't let go. We'll see whether we can try to the extent possible, get heads together and take incremental step towards solving this problem which is killing us all. And that's what our netas aren't willing to admit when they're on camera. Off air they'll admit it, but when they're on camera they just want to blame the other, and that is terribly, terribly unfortunate.